Hi there, my name is Lars Sorensen and we're here over at CVC 2019 in Las Vegas. We're talking to our participants, we're talking to delegates, we're talking to people who've submitted wonderful research, and we're offering you these videos just to tap into that for a little bit. Obviously we can't address complete research material, it's way too wide and too vast about, to do that. But we try to give you a couple of minutes of inspiration of all these wonderful speakers. So the next guest that we're going to talk to, it's Dr. Ori Osmi from New York University.
Correct.
And I saw just a bit of your presentation. We're going to talk about that later with something to do with walking and dancing and falling robots. It's awesome. But just to get a bit of an understanding on how you're experiencing our conference. Why did you choose to come to this one?
Yeah, so I'm actually a computer scientist, but I'm also a neuroscientist and a developmental psychologist. And usually when I say it to people, they're like, we're not sure what you're doing here and why it's relevant. But actually, all of these fields are interested in learning systems and systems that learn functional behavior, or in this case, computer vision or analyzing perceptual stimuli in a way that is more natural. So I wanted to come here to sort of advance integration between these fields because each one of these fields has some sort of a limitation in studying functional behavior and functional and learning functional behavior. And I feel like showing some angle from the developmental science and some angle from neuroscience into these kind of conferences can promote a lot of collaborations that are very interesting and can break some of the limits of each field alone.
That's it.
So that's part of the reason I came here.
And how's that working out for you?
Pretty good, actually. I think, so I just gave a talk about robots and babies, and I was surprised by the questions, and there were really great questions and really great comments, and I think people that use computer vision, like develop the algorithm of computer vision, can really help sort of promoting sciences in other fields like developmental science or behavioral science in general. And the main tool is, for us at least, is video. So because we are studying babies and children, we can't really use a lot of sensors because babies are just take the sensors and don't.
They'll eat it.
Yeah,
or break
definitely.
It. Yeah.
So you need to use videos to actually capture the richness and complexity of behavior. Analyzing the videos is also very hard. So in developmental science, usually what you do is just sit down and manually code and score everything that's going on in the video. And computer vision can contribute this. And what we showed is basically how you can save more than 100 hours of humans scoring these videos. And that's how you just get results faster.
Awesome. So, and this is why, because we started with that. This is why you chose for this conference, and what we see going on here is the connecting of all those different fields come together and learning from each other. Let's dive into that, how you're using that, because you gave the example already. People maybe still be wondering, babies and robots. Tell us more. That you were using how toddlers learn to walk, using this also to teach machines how to walk?
So first I use machines to track babies. So that's the main reason the main paper in this conference is about developing a software tool to track behavior from video automatically that can be used in developmental science by developmental researchers around the globe. And that is based on models from studies from developmental science. So what we did is we tracked infants while they played 20 minutes in a session in a room, played with toys, just walked around. These are 12 months or 14 months old infants, and we looked at their path across the 20-minute session. And actually, the thing is that they're not walking in a straight line or anything. They're walking all around. There's a lot of variability in their movement. And we were wondering whether this variability in movement is actually beneficial for learning to walk. Because you can also argue that maybe it's because they have problems to maintain balance with their body, so that's why they're just walking like this. But we see that they're walking in a weird paths, and it's constant across all infants. So what we did to check this, because in developmental science you can't really control your participants and you can't really tell them what to do, we took this to roboticists and we used these paths to train robots how to walk.
In the same way as
infants.
So
interesting. The robots just tracked the path of the infants, and we managed to, and we focus on whether the robots learn to walk better than other ways that roboticists train robots to learn how to walk. And we did this in several ways. The coolest way probably is doing soccer matches. So we took a few teams of robots and trained them on several paths of infants, and it's about massive amount of infants. That's what computer vision allowed us to do, to get the path. Yeah, exactly. And what we found is that high variability in the paths actually robots from these paths robots learn better how to walk, and then they scored more goals in the soccer, and they won games. That's the main evaluation of how infants walk. But this is a great example. There's more to it, but this is a great example of how you can use computer vision to say something about developmental science, and use developmental science to accelerate things that happen in computer science, or robotics, or whatever. So the integration between these fields can just benefit both of them.
That's an awesome outcome, I guess, and I understand that we can only address a small bit of the research here, but it's great that you emphasize just that it's like a positive outcome for both.
Exactly.
Can I say worlds, like how we're addressing it now? We see the machine or robot world, and us humans, but to learn from each other is like that's a great insight that could even, I guess, maybe comfort people that are scared of the robotics, right?
Yeah, I mean, each researcher will take his research to their own places, but eventually this collaboration between different fields can just, it's a bit out of the box, but it's a huge benefit for both of them. And also, another small thing that I want to mention, we have sort of a data library that from experiments from behavioral science and developmental science, where we have videos of just natural behavior. And this can be of an interest for computer vision researchers, or AI researchers, or computer scientists that want to train models. So their aim is to sort of having a natural behavior, or processing speech in a natural way, or processing movement in a natural way. So you can use these videos from this other field that is already doing all these things. And this integration or collaboration between these two fields just can break limits.
That's a wonderful invitation, I guess, to other researchers watching this video. I want to thank you so much for being with us, Dr. Ori Osmi from New York University. If you're one of those, please reach out to we'll have the credentials ready, and the contacts you can probably also find on our website. We're publishing all the submitted papers for you on our website as well. If you like this video, subscribe to get all the videos out to you. You can watch more content. We've created a lot of videos for you here. Also, our keynotes are available online. And please consider joining us so that we can inspire you and connect to you wonderful research when we meet at one of our conferences in the real world. So join us there. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next.